jumping into today's topic, let's look at what we got to look at to be able to be organized. So really, this is all about making decisions, right? This is about being able to make decisions in your life and in your business. And if you're like me, yeah, that's right. Round two. Thank you so much. If you're like me, you didn't learn from anybody what the systems were, what the steps were, what the choices were that you needed to make to be able to be organized, right? Like my parents didn't teach me too much about that, and most everybody else didn't either. So this is all about making decisions, making choices, and being able to make them in such a way that help you to stay organized, to be organized, and develop the habits that you need to be able to move forward. So we're going to get into some more of this, but that's like the main thing that you need to know is that this is about making decisions. Every single thing, because if you think about what holds you up oftentimes, right? It's indecision. It's what do I do with this piece of paper? How do I organize my notes on this thing that I just this workshop that I went to, right? How do I organize my clients? How do I organize my contacts? How do I organize my calendar? How do I, so much time we spend in indecision and not knowing what are the right decisions to make. And that takes up a lot of your time, right? That takes up a lot of your energy. And so when you can make decisions quickly and easily and have systems where things go, then you can accomplish a whole lot. And therefore you can, as far as business goes, you can focus on the things that are going to make you money. You can focus on the things that really matter. You can focus on your zone of strength rather than worrying about what to do or just spending a lot of time thinking about what to do. Let's take a moment and let's look at habits, right? So habits and habit formation is so important because to be able to have the right habits is critical. And part of the whole thing you need to realize with habit formation is that it takes time. It absolutely takes time to be able to make or break new habits, get rid of old habits. And so you always want to be thinking that each day you're just making a 1% shift. You're making a 1% change. You're making a simple tweak. And if you compound that over time, if you're doing that over a 30-day span, well, you've made 30% changes in 30 days. If you're making a 1% shift or change in 100 days, then you've made you've made 100% shift in some area. But you can't think of this as a quick fix, right? So part of the mindset of being more organized in your life and in business is that you are actually developing habits. You're actually going to be cultivating new ways of seeing things and new ways of doing things every single day. And we're going to get more into that specific things throughout this week. So let's talk for a moment just about strings of attention, right? So I've got this kind of wacky, I don't know if you guys, how well you can see this, but I've got this kind of wacky diagram here. And, this is you, this person here in the middle. And here are some different things that might be on your mind, right? Paying bills. Where did I put that list? Making phone calls, sending direct messages. Did I reply to that email? What goes on my calendar or, what calendar, right? I got to post this, that, or this other thing in Facebook or Instagram, right? What are these papers for, right? Where's that, am I spending time on the right things, right? These are all strings of attention. Drop a few in the comments here. We're just going to be going for a few more minutes, but drop in the comments what are your things? What are the things that you have your attention on and that are keeping your attention from being where you want it to be, right? What are the things that are really pulling at you? Because what this is all about, getting organized, is about freeing your attention up. It's about being able to actually let go of a lot of things, the things that don't matter, the things that you spend too much time on. In other words, you want to be releasing, deleting, discarding and letting go of anything that is not serving you. That's like one of the cardinal rules of any organizational system, whether that's an external system like you're going to clean up your house, and you can ask any personal organizer, you can ask anybody who works with people to organize like their homes. One of the very first things that you do, if not the very first, is get rid of some shit, right? Get rid of the things you don't need. So physically, that looks like getting rid of papers you don't need, getting rid of old, bills and stuff laying around that's not useful. It could mean getting rid of old files. It could mean getting rid of items and things that are junking up your house. But in business, it also means getting rid of the things that are keeping your attention tied to where they shouldn't be. That might be emails. That might be unsubscribing from things. That might be being willing to clear off a space so that you can work efficiently, right? Or clearing out some area of your office so that you have all the tools that you need where they're supposed to be. So that's a super important part of this whole process, right? Clearing out and freeing up your attention. And if you think about it, like think about anything that's incomplete, right? Is like a string of attention that's like connected to your head, right? If you can imagine like these strings of attention going out to all the things in your office, in your business, and in your life that are open loops, right? That are incompletes, then the more you can clip those, the more you can let things go, then you can free your attention to focalize where you want it to be, and then you can be far more effective, far more efficient. You have lots more energy, and you get more done. You actually accomplish more. Okay, so we're going to be spending the rest of the week going into specific areas to talk about this. So just for example, tomorrow we're going to be talking about how do you actually clear the paper clutter, right? How do you get rid of paper clutter? Can you actually do to organize your systems, right? We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. The next day, we're going to be talking about how you create an actual CEO schedule and how you can time block your time and use a digital calendar to be able to free up time and energy so you can be focused, right? Then Thursday, we're going to be talking about more digital tools like notes, like having your keyboard have shortcuts, ways that you can speed up time that way. And then finally on Friday, we're going to be talking about emails. Everyone's favorite thing, right? Emails. Because as you master decluttering your emails, you actually can free up a whole lot of time and energy and be able to focus on what's really important. Because oftentimes emails aren't that important, right? There's some that are, but most are not. And so being able to free up your energy from that is super, super important. So Crystal talked about worries, lack, where things didn't go as desired, obstacles, fears. Yeah, finances, planning. Yeah, I totally get that. And Lisa said not setting up a specific office time. Yeah, all those are super important. And we're actually going to be covering more of that throughout the week as we go. But for now, the main things to recognize are this is all about making decisions, right? So you got to be willing to make decisions. This is all about changing your habits. And this is all about really releasing things so that you can free your energies up and you can be more focused. So we're going to be talking about all this more this week. We're going to be actually taking these principles into specific areas that you can use. And if you want a couple of resources that are really helpful, there's two books I recommend. One is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I strongly recommend reading that as soon as possible because that's what will get you focused on how to create habits and what it takes to build a new habit. And then the second book is Getting Things Done by David Allen. And Getting Things Done actually gives you step-by-step systems to be able to transform the organizational structure of your workflow, your home spaces, your office, anything like that. So, uh, Atomic Habits by James Clear and Getting Things Done by David Allen. All right, those are a few tips for today. Tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to be jumping into specific areas, and we're actually going to show you in many cases on screen what I do, and or in my office itself, what I do to help you out. All right, you guys have been awesome. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. I will catch you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Have a fantastic day. See you then.